Tyrese Maxey is now a LeBron James lover, folks. Oh my goodness. Tyrese Maxey. And, when I first seen this guy, I kind of figured he got a little, sugar in his tank, man. He ain't all on the, manly side to me. You guys, well, some people, they don't know what real, heterosexual men are, what they look like anymore, and things like that. So sometimes they get them confused just because they play sports, right? It doesn't matter to me what you are, what you want to be, anything like that. But, a lot of these guys in the NBA, this NBA era, have a lot of sugar in their tank, folks. They just do. And Tyrese Maxey, when I first saw this dude, oh my God, you can just imagine what these guys, you get him together with some of these guys, like the Russell Westbrooks and the ADs and the, of course, the LeBron James, the SGAs, the Darius Garlands. Boy, when the camera goes off, it's going to be flames everywhere. These dudes is going to be flaming out. A flame fest. A straight flame fest. Woo! Get your fire extinguishers. Wow. Get you a resistant hot suit. These dudes is going to be flaming out. I'm just telling you, bro. Woo, boy. So, we'll talk about Tyrese Maxey in a minute. And, Yahoo had the scoop on this. Whoa! Go figure. Yahoo had the scoop on this. Wow. Is Yahoo owned by Clutch or what? Because all Yahoo does is lick and lick and lick the James family crack. And I'm just saying, folks. I'm just saying. This is where the story is coming from. And, oh, God. It's going to be painful to read it because it's basically the same stuff that we hear from a lot of these NBA players today, or the ones that played in the 210s or something like this, when they're saying all this right stuff about LeBron James. That is actually wrong. And you got to think, man, are these guys really making this money? We just keep coming, around to the same question. Like, where's your dignity, dude? Like, yes, if you wasn't making the kind of money you're supposed to be making, yes, you would take money to lie and stuff like that. But you're supposed to be making all this money, but you're still lying. Why? I don't get it. He's the. And another thing, LeBron James ain't even Tyrese Maxey era. Let's remember, LeBron James is not the 2020s. LeBron James is a lingering failure, right? A guy who failed to make it to the mountaintop, failed to be on Mount Rushmore. So this is why he's still playing. A guy that's supposed to have $1 billion is still running the court. Hey, what's funnier? LeBron James that has $1 billion is still running the court, or the fact that these guys retired, the NBA players, and we're told they supposedly make, tens of millions, 20 million. Well, let's just say, for the most part, since we've been in the 2000s, most of these guys made $100 million a year. I mean, in a career or more. But just the average guys made tens of millions. So is that more funny? Is that funnier that these guys have to retire after making tens of millions? They retire and have to go get a job like me and you folks. Oh, I keep saying this. I don't know that the fact that we've been told that they make this kind of money, and then when they retire have to go get a job like you and me, that would be embarrassing for me. That would be embarrassing for me to walk around in a public eye, because the public was told I made tens of millions of dollars, but yet I have to go work when I retire from the NBA. This is crazy. So what's crazier? LeBron still running the court, has supposedly made $1 billion, or the fact that these guys have to go get a job like you and me after they retire? I don't. Probably the LeBron James thing. I don't know which one is worse. You could say it's both. Both is bad, but $1 billion, you're still running the court. Holy moly! Goodness God! You're running the court, but yet this dude who was selling jerseys out of the back of his trunk ain't running no damn court, sweating and destroying his body and putting stuff in his body so he can keep running the court. Yeah, the so-called owner of Clutch. What about him? He's not running the court. Or should we say the fake owner of Clutch? We won't get into that. But we'll get into a couple other things before we talk about that, that LeBron James thing. And Tyrese Maxey, a couple people they were kind of mad because the video, well, not mad. Some of them get mad. I don't have a lot of hate on this channel, thankfully. But, it is what it is, folks. Look, if these NBA players go play international ball and they're playing, say you're trying to qualify to get in a FIBA Olympics, cool. We do that over here. But to go play in a Euro League, for what? You make tens of millions of dollars. These are the guys that's trying to get over here to play over here. This is the best of the best over here. No matter if it's American or international. It's all a big mix now with the NBA. Okay? The Euro League is never going to be the NBA. Never. I'm sorry. We can say what we want to say. Yes, they're good players, but they'll never be this league. Their best guys come over here. Okay? Their best players come here. And then it's a mix of, Caribbean players. It's a mix of American players. So it's just a mix. It's really always been a mix. But you just have more international players today and since the 2020s more than ever. So it's always been a mix. But the Euro League is not stronger than the NBA. It's just not. They're not more skilled. They're not more athletic. Yes, they can in Olympics. They can give us a run for our money, whatever like that, because we're lazy. We're lazy. We bullcrap. These guys are playing with the highest fundamentals in X's and O's when they play us in the FIBA Olympics. But seriously, if we played up to our potential, we would destroy them. But we took the fundamentals out of the American game. So I'm just saying I have a problem with it because to me it makes no sense for a team to have their star player injured. And he don't play an 84-game season. He should be resting, enjoying his family, enjoying himself, all that stuff. It's what he should be doing. Get his body, especially Luka. He supposedly came off an injury last year, and we know he lost weight or whatever like that. But nah, man, you got Giannis over there. He smacked the fire out of a teammate. All this crazy stuff. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I just want to allow it as a GM, as an owner of a team. You ain't gonna do that. This is gonna, wear on you. You got guys sitting out games. How the hell are you gonna play over there if you're sitting out games in the NBA? Make that make sense. You're sitting out games, and I'm not trying to say, a lot of these guys are low managing, like a lot of other players, whatever like that. But they do sit out games. That could have been energy that you could have saved, right? That's what you could have did with that, and you could have saved that energy. But now you're over there expending it against these guys that wish they could make the NBA. Trust me, if a lot of these Euros that's in that Euro League could make the NBA, they would be in the NBA. Some of them end up making the NBA later on down the road, but a lot of them, the Euro League for a long time has been, even forever. How long has that been? Maybe the 80s, 90s, 2000s, whatever. Even those guys back then was going to play in the Euro League who couldn't make the NBA. The Euro League just wasn't as strong as the NBA. So even American players who couldn't make the NBA or only made the NBA for a few seasons went over there and played in the Euro League, right? Played in China, whatever. I don't know what's not to understand about that. I don't know how it's hate at all. I thought Stephen A weighed on it, and he was like, "Oh no, I don't see no problem that they do it." Stephen A. Smith is talking whatever ESPN tells him. He ain't talking. he ain't talking from nowhere else at all. And to me, the Euro League seems like a farm league for me. I can't, I can't prove nothing, but I won't be surprised if it's an NBA like farm league that we don't know about. I know farm league means something totally different, but I just want to doubt if it was. The way all these international players are coming over here. I'm just saying. Man. Well, maybe y'all need the TV to say it or whatever like that. But like I said, it's dumb. It's dumb for me. It's dumb. Now, again, if they ain't making the kind of money we was told, of course, go over there and play. Get your play on. But these guys are making more than anybody. These dudes is making more than Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Karl Malone, Bird, Barkley, Isaiah Thomas. Oh, All-time greats. Making more than what Kobe Bryant was making, Shaq. These dudes are getting filthy rich off of a game that's devolving. A game that, they have less and less viewership every year. That's what these top guys are doing in the league today. They're getting filthy, supposedly, they're getting filthy rich off of something that has the lowest NBA. It's like what is it? Their primetime games, that comes on ESPN, was coming on TNT, all these networks, ABC, 1 million viewers. That's what they average a game, 1 million viewers. That's just on that. So it's been a joke for a long time with the NBA. So yeah, I mean, I could see them going over there and playing in those leagues like that if they really wasn't making the kind of money we was told, right? Yes. Yes, of course. And again, they can go over there and make more money too, with their names, selling merch, autographs, whatever like that. Make a ton of money. I'm not against that if you're really not making the money we were told. Like I said, it just don't make any sense to me. Okay, as a player, if he was like, man, I make 60 million, 40 million a year, 30 million a year, I'm going to go over there and get another 5 million in the offseason, another 10 million, something like that, whatever, with the endorsements, or magazine cover, and over there in Europe, whatever it is. But as an owner, no, an NBA owner, I mean, no, nope, can't do it, buddy, can't do it. Nope, I'm paying you whatever it is, 30, 40, 50, 60 million a year, ain't no damn way. And this is a contract too. It just ain't for 1 year. It's supposed to be like 2, 3, 4, 5 years, whatever. So I want the best of you. I don't want 1 year, then you slack it off and you're making 60 million every year, 50 million every year, 40 million. Hell no. Hell no. I want this 60 million, 50 million, the 40 million, $30 million production every single year. That's what I want. So I'm not against a player doing it, because he's getting a guaranteed contract. He can go over there and do whatever. He can get hurt, and he's still getting all that money from the fans, because the NBA owners don't pay him. It's the fans that pay. This is why people are left the NBA, because these players ain't got no respect for the fans. The owners don't pay you. The fans do. So do poop on the fans. The way these guys act in the NBA, I'm serious. They act like they really don't make this money. So it's kind of like they're going against what is really real. They don't make this kind of money. So they're like, oh, we're going to sit out. We're going to low manage. We're not going to play defense. We're only going to, shoot threes. And why is this? Don't you make all this money we were told? Well, guess what, folks? They probably don't. That's why. You ever thought about that? But they're not really able to say nothing about it because they don't sign the contract. Where would they get this money to pay them if they're not making no money no more? They don't sell merch like that. They're not selling on TV no more. Yes, they do have their core fans like hockey that go see the games. No problem with that. But no, the NBA ain't like that no more, man. And look at the demographic in the United States. The demographic in the United States in these big cities have changed so much that's where you lose. That's where you lose a lot of your money right there, a lot of your viewership. Because the demographic of people and nationalities have changed so much in the United States. They're not interested in American sports like the people who was here. Remember, some people are dying off, right? A lot of people have died off since the 90s, the 80s, the 2000s, the 2010s that used to watch these American sports. These people are no longer here, or a lot of them that's maybe here say they're like, in their 50s, 60s, 70s, they just don't like it no more. This ain't the product that they grew up on. These aren't the same men. These aren't the same rules. This ain't the same league, right? So that has to do with a lot of, the decline in viewership, because the demographic of people have changed in the United States, especially in these big cities and small towns, really. So yeah, I always thought about that too. Like, maybe they just, the way they're acting, they act like they don't make this kind of money. So the NBA don't hold them to a standard, because why would they if they're not making that kind of money? Right? See, I believe when you're making that kind of money, now the NBA has to hold you to a standard. And the NBA really wouldn't have to hold you to a standard, because you will hold yourself to a standard because you was making that kind of money. Right? See how that works? uh, it's called business. You'll never know about these things, folks. Sometimes you got to put two and two together. And, a lot of people on YouTube, they're not going to tell you because they don't want to get hit by YouTube. As far as monetization, they don't want to get hit like that. So I don't blame them. But, you have an opportunity to think for yourself sometimes. You don't have to be told everything about life, about what's real. So check it out. Oh, did they change this? Wow, it's coming up on a different site now. This is crazy. The Maxey thing. It's coming up on Basketball Network. Maybe they stole this from Basketball Network. Y'all who did. So it says Tyrese Maxey was impressed after working out with LeBron. He was working out and talking involved like it was probably year 5 for him. How intense is this? He was talking like it was probably year 5 for him. But what? Let's read some more. Tyrese Maxey spent the summer working out with LeBron James. An experience that left a huge impression on him. I thought it said something at first. I was about to. I thought it said something else at first. Oh boy, I said, please, I must be reading this wrong level. But it said huge. How good and dominant LeBron James truly can probably. No, I'm not reading this. Maxey didn't say this. It's just they're licking his butt right here. They're just talking about his career. At first, that's what Maxey said. Because the rest of this was just like let me see. In case Maxey did say it, how good and dominant LeBron James truly is can probably best be shown by the fact that after 22 professional seasons, at 40 years old, he just put together one of the best statistical seasons in the entire league. And people act like it's normal. The season before, the man won the first ever NBA Cup. I told you, Maxey, that said, I'm not reading this, so it's just sucking LeBron James off. Before it's like, dude, you gave us what Maxey said. Now you want to give it your opinion on LeBron James' career, and then now you're going back to Maxey. Maxey was in awe with LeBron. This past season, we're talking about him again, like. Oh yeah, we'll read it anyways. Goodness God, they just keep sucking. They find like they can't stop sucking. This past season, he finished averaging 24.7 rebounds and 8 assists on 51% shooting. It's simply unbelievable. It's unbelievable with these great defensive showstoppers, right? That people take for granted what he's still able to do at 40 years old. At this stage of his career, another confirmation of his longevity came in recent days when one of the league's brightest young stars, Tyrese Maxey, was left in awe after working out alongside LeBron, right? The guy who can't shoot, the guy that can't play no defense, the guy who sits there and cries all game. Yeah, Tyrese said, yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is, I'm talking in his, his flame voice. Because, we're not there, so them boys gonna come out. Yeah, I think I think the biggest thing for me, what I can take from him, is just passion for the game. You mean all that crying and whining and come on, man, Maxey. Like, I'm extremely passionate. I love basketball. Anytime I can do anything that pertains to basketball, I want to do it. Who talks like this? I'm not talking about the way I'm talking. But who talks like this? Like, you dudes try to like be over professional, but you ain't these professional people. But this man is going on like he's going on 23 years. What do you mean like? He is going on. What do you mean like? You forgot the years? He's going on like 23, year 23, and he was working out and talking and involved like it was probably year 5 for him. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh boy. And that's amazing to me. And I think anybody who's able to watch him not just work out but play should feel honored because it's amazing, Maxey said. And then I guess they got out the comments right here. How long this can last, nobody knows. Maxey's comments only confirmed what we knew. Without love for the game and hunger for success, James would never have been nearly this successful. Like no one else ever been in her 40s. So what did he win in his 40s? I'm not. So you put up stats in your 40s? Wow. Check this out. One of LeBron James' biggest childhood idols, Penny Hardaway, gave the best insight into why the king is still on top, explaining why people shouldn't deny his greatness. And I guess Penny is saying that we talked about Penny the other day. People are always going to find a way to tear. Didn't we already read this? I'm not going over this. We went over Penny the other day. What is greatness? What is he doing? He's winning MVPs. He's winning championships. He's winning scoring titles. You know, did he win an assist title? Did he win a rebound title? He just got beat by a damn 6 seed with a loaded team and a top 5 player in the league. Some people say a top 2. I think Luka wasn't he the second best player at the beginning of the season? When the season started last year, I could have sworn it was Luka, Luka, and then SGA. How's he been dominant? He won a bubble championship. What did he do? A defensive team? No accolades in the 2020 except for a bubble title. Bubble title and an assist bubble title. I don't get it, guys. I mean, are they just like, hey, Maxey, get yourself lunch. They don't get this, man. Like, these guys supposed to be making a lot of money, so $1,000 won't be nothing to them. You just gave Maxey like, $4,000 here. Go get you lunch. I'm serious. You guys think I'm playing. If these guys, let's just say I don't believe that they're making this kind of money. I still think they're making millions. But I don't think they're making the money we've been told. But yes, I do believe they're making millions. Yes. So, when I say he gave Tyrese Maxey $4,000, go get lunch. Yeah. $1,000 won't be nothing to Tyrese Maxey. These guys are rich. Guys are rich. So yeah, but nobody does nothing for free, man. Nothing. You think Penny Hardaway is saying this about LeBron James for free? That's why you see all these guys with these podcasts now, so they can make money. Some of them are broke, and some of them just don't want to spend their own money, so they're doing the podcast thing, whatever. And look here, they don't even have to be there. It's podcasts, the majority of them, AI deepfake podcasts. Yep, they got it like that. You got us regular people out here doing AI deepfake podcasts, and we can only get the basics. We can only get the basic AI deepfake podcast, the basic version. These dudes got all this money. What do you think they can get? Yep. All they have to do is pay a programmer, and it's on, man. They making money like this out here. That's why they got all these podcasts, all these shows. They ain't got to show up. All they got to do is make money. All they got to do is use their image and have somebody type in words and the way they want to act, whatever like that, and it's good. You guys are making money off of AI deepfake podcasts. That's what these celebrities, Joe Rogan, all these guys been doing it for a long time. These guys got money, man. We ain't got the money like that. And they've been doing AI deepfake YouTube for a long time. This ain't nothing new, man. This is actually old. We're just now getting it. Gotta remember, they've been doing AI deepfake in general for a long time. You're talking about like movies, all this stuff, and the news has been doing it for a long time. They've been doing this for a long time, man. The public now is just getting a piece of this. The dummies. So they're just not finding out something. Oh, look what we came up with AI. We're going to share it with you because you're equal to us. No, folks, they've been having this AI deepfake for I would say decades. Like I said, movies, news, all kind of stuff. So it ain't nothing new. It's actually old news. So yeah, let me get up off of here. I think that's about it for right now. We're gonna see what happened. Oh yeah, I put out that post yesterday about that dude. He made a video about the cheerleaders, the male cheerleaders. I think for Minnesota, they're gonna be on a new cheerleading squad for Minnesota Vikings. Oh goodness, man. Well, go figure. They done took away NBA. Now they're trying to take away NFL, folks. Really? the most manly game there is, it's over, folks. Basically, sports is over. I don't know what to say anymore. And what this guy said on his channel, a lot of it I don't agree on or whatever like that. A lot of times you got to have something to back up your facts. You can't just go off and be saying stuff. And sometimes you got to use common sense, yes, because you might not always have the clues or whatever like that. But I agree with him on his channel about a lot of stuff. But like I said, not all of it. He just babbles on without even you actually got to prove something sometimes. And then sometimes you can use common sense to prove stuff. But a lot of stuff, like I said, I agree on a lot of his stuff that he says, but this NFL thing, this is crazy, man. Like, I haven't watched any preseason. I'm not going to watch preseason. I'm not doing it. I don't care about preseason. I'm ready for the season to start, and let's go. Let's go. Let's play football. I'm not watching a preseason. Yeah, but this ain't the first time either. In my city, they already had male cheerleaders, and I think in some other cities. So this actually ain't the first time. This ain't the first time. Nope. It's definitely not the first time. So, they're going to destroy the NBA for whatever reason. They're going to destroy the NBA. We really don't know, folks. I mean, the NFL, I say the NBA. The NBA is already destroyed. LeBron James already destroyed that. And we've already talked about why LeBron James is still going, not only for the money, but this is what they put their money on and everything on for this one guy for all these years, and he failed and messed up, and they didn't care. So who's going to be the next face of the NBA when he retires? Because you have a 3-time MVP that isn't your face. What? That's crazy. A 3-time MVP, and you're not provoked. He should have been 4-time MVP, but you're not promoting him as your face. Why not? Why not? It's weird. And like I said, you got all these international players that are top 5. The Jokers, the Lukas, the SGA, the Giannis, and they're not the faces of the NBA. You tell me you couldn't take 2 of these guys and make them the face of the NBA? Joker and Giannis, or whoever, Joker and SGA, boom. These are our faces, or one of them. What? Well, one thing's for sure, they have to, promote like American stuff. They just can't play basketball here and then run back over there to Canada, Greece, Serbia, and wherever this dude's from, Joker. That's what they're doing. They're not, when the season ends, they're not in the United States promoting American basketball. They're not promoting American culture, nothing. And this is why LeBron James is still the face of your NBA, a loser, a meltdown artist, all this stuff. And this is why Tyrese Maxey, I think, what is he? Maybe, I think he's, if I'm mistaken, I think he's, what do you call it? I think he's West Indies or something like that. Let me see what he is. It really don't matter. But this is why you got Tyrese Maxey saying these dumb things, because they don't have no face of their game, folks. I put up like 26 points last year. Was an all-star. He came in 2020. Wow, he's just now making his first all-star. We keep talking about this with these guys, man. They just it took you 5 years to make an all-star. Ridiculous. What, 21, 22, 23, 24? Yep. 5 years. He says his favorite player growing up was Dwayne Wade. Okay. No, he was born here. He was born in Dallas. His father played college basketball in Washington State, under head coach Kelvin Sampson. But it didn't say who his father is. Nevertheless, I'm about to get off this phone, man. The NFL said, we'll see what happens. We're gonna do NFL this year, but I'm gonna tell you my picks right now. I got Kansas City back in the championship. They're gonna go back. I'm sorry, they're gonna go back. Ain't no dead, and it's gonna be the same thing. You're gonna have Lamar Jackson come up short again, whether he gets injured this year, whatever, flames out at the end. Josh Allen, he gonna flame out or get injured, whatever. He ain't going. Those guys ain't going to. It's going to be Mahomes again. I don't know who's going to be now. Maybe the Lions go against Kansas City. Somebody else is going to go. I just think because, they didn't want Mahomes winning that fast. So I think Mahomes took another L. And I think he's gonna come back with a vengeance this year. He's gonna come back. He's gonna come back hard on. I'm trying to tell you, he's gonna come back hard on this year. So, tell me what you think.